You are listening to GHP Radio, powered by iTrackRadio.com, your independent music source. Fresh, new music, right here on the all-new GHP Radio, your new independent music source.
Just believe you can achieve. You can reach the sky. Just open your eyes. Never be afraid to love. Never be afraid to just be. You gotta cast away the chains of doubt and have the courage to be free. Don't cloud your eyes with others' lies. Say only what you wanna see. Just duplicate this simple truth. Have the courage to be free. Open your eyes, you can fly. Open your eyes, you can fly. You can fly. Open your eyes, yes, you can fly. Open your eyes, you can fly. You can fly. Never be afraid to love. No, 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 no. Never be afraid to just be. Gotta cast away those chains of doubt and have the courage to be free. Don't close your eyes with all their lies. Say only what you wanna see. Just duplicate this simple truth. Have the courage to be free. Open your eyes, you can fly. Open your eyes, you can fly. You can fly. Open your eyes, you can fly. Open your eyes, you can fly. You can fly. Open your eyes, you can fly. Open your eyes, you can fly. You can, you can, you can, you can. Open your eyes, yes, you can fly. Open your eyes, you can fly. You can fly.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here, you can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon that can go in space. With the air, like I don't care, baby.
because I'm happy.
Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof.
Because I'm happy.
Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth.
Because I'm happy.
Clap along if you know what happiness is to you.
Because I'm happy.
Clap along if you feel like that's what you wanna do.
Here come bad news, talking this and that.
Talking this and that.
Give me all you got, don't hold back.
Don't hold back, yeah.
I should probably warn you, I'll be just fine.
Just fine.
No offense to you, don't waste your time.
Here's why.
Because I'm happy.
Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof.
Because I'm happy.
Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth.
Because I'm happy.
Clap along if you know what happiness is to you.
Because I'm happy.
Clap along if you feel like that's what you wanna do.
Bring me down, can't nothing.
Can't nothing.
Bring me down, my love is too high.
Too high,
Bring me down,
yeah.
can't nothing.
Oh,
Bring me down. Happy,
bring me down. Can't nothing.
happy,
Bring me down. My level's too high.
happy, 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 happy. Because I'm happy.
Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof.
Because I'm happy.
Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth.
Because I'm happy.
Clap along if you know what happiness is to you.
Because I'm happy.
Clap along if you feel like that's what you wanna do.
Because I'm happy.
Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof.
Because I'm happy.
Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth.
Because I'm happy.
Clap along if you know what happiness is to you.
Because I'm happy.
Clap along if you like that's what you wanna do.
Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. And since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. It doesn't show signs of stopping, and I brought some corn for popping. The lights are turned way down low. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
When we finally kiss goodnight,
Kiss goodnight.
how I'll hate going out in the storm. But if you really hold me
Hold me
tight,
tight.
all the way home I'll be warm.
The fire is slowly dying,
And
And my dear, we're still goodbying. But as long as you love me so, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
When we finally kiss goodnight, how I hate going out in the storm. But if you really hold me tight,
all the way home I'll be warm. The fire is slowly dying, and my dear, we're still goodbying. But as long as you love me so, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. As day.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this edition of the Indie Live Spot, and we're very, very happy about today's guest. As you can see, we have two extra people in the house with us today, and we're going to have another one here shortly. But we are very excited to have on the show today Green Line Extension. So help me welcome our guest today, everybody.
Hey, Dave. Hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
Welcome back, Michael, and also Skip. We welcome you as well, and of course we have one more that's going to be showing up a little bit as well. But we're very excited about having you both. We just played one of the happy track version, and then of course we went into a seasonal track there. Let It Snow. So, but very nice guys.
Very.
Thank you.
Yes.
Golly, oh my goodness, you guys
are amazing.
Yes, outstanding.
Thank you.
I was telling Joyce, vocal gymnastics.
No doubt.
Hey, Chris, when I heard it, the songs that I did hear, I started listening. I said, "Is that the Manhattan Transfers?" And then I looked again. I said, "No." Yeah, it was just awesome, the harmony. I know Gary has an introduction, so I'll save my question.
No, go ahead.
You sure? Okay.
We're natural here.
How hard is it to keep that much harmony tight and in tune,
no
et
kidding.
cetera, et cetera?
It's multiple levels of harmony, not just four part, it's just more.
Yeah, well, I mean, it takes practice, and up until the pandemic, we were actually practicing at least once a week. Sometimes we'd even do twice if we could, yeah, so, and you just got to practice a while to get that blend and get that kind of intonation happening, So, I mean, it helps that everyone in the group is a fantastic musician and they can, they learn their parts. They come in with their parts learned, and so all we really have to do is kind of get our sound together, and actually the way that I kind of work in terms of the recordings is I actually start with our lead soprano, and then the second person I usually try to record is Skip, because he's our bass,
Okay.
So I kind of do the outside in, and that seems to work for us with the recording,
Okay.
So
Cool.
I was just wondering, because I know even with the horn section, and when horns come together, it's like, okay, who's going to be the focal point? Who do we tune to? Because you can't be an individual, if you will, and not listen to everything around you, so you can get that blend.
yeah,
Would you
exactly.
agree?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah.
All right. I'm sorry, Grace. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to ask how, as far as like when you're doing the acapella singing, which is not easy to do, to make sure that everybody stays on key. How often do you go over that one track before you actually record it?
Well, I don't know, Skip, what do you think? Why don't you answer that one?
I think that there are some tunes that we've sung for a couple of years, and those when we were putting out our EP, those kind of came pretty naturally. But the new arrangements that Mike does for us, I would say at least a good dozen times. I mean, it's just a lot of listening to the parts that are closest to you, and then for me as the bass, I'm always listening to the melody, definitely, as well as Mike and Robbie, our baritone and tenor. So it takes a little while for the acapella to come together for recording, and that doesn't say there's been a show where we've maybe sang through an acapella piece and we finish it and we're like, oh man, that was a half step down at the end from where we started. But as long as no one else knows, then
then you're okay.
Yeah, y'all went together, so because we're not gonna know.
Right.
And, hold on, there was something with that. Because also when you're doing your own instrument, as far as like when you're doing the bass and someone else doing some other making like it's their horn, like the horn section, it's just all because what I was telling Joyce is you guys are like a combination of Manhattan Transfer and Pentatonics. That you're doing your own vocals through your you're doing the instruments through your vocals, and then you're still doing the actual vocals. It's just like I was blown away basically still. So,
thank you.
It's like I can't wait till to get hopefully that we get to the rest of it for our audience to listen to, because it's just amazing.
It really is.
The tight harmonies. It's just like
Hey, in fact, what I'd like to do right quick while we're on the subject. I want to go into one more song real quick, and then that'll give us time to bring the other guest on. I just saw a message come through. And,
Okay.
So let's do that. In fact, what I'm going to do, let you guys hear, and this is amazing too. It's just really amazing.
Which one?
Nightshade.
Oh.
Yeah. So. Check out Nightshade while we bring on the other guest, and we'll be right back. So keep it locked right here, and we'll be right back.
Orange and reds turn to deep grays. Daylight has fled. The spirit of night is upon us now. World in night as day fades, wrapping the world in nightshade. Orange and reds turn to deep grays. Daylight has fled. The spirit of night is upon us. Starlight shines from on high at midnight, partly obscured by the firelight, blazing below as embers cascaded the breezes.
Moon glow lights a nocturnal tableau. Cricket songs reach a crescendo, chirping away, and gentle winds blow through the trees.
Enshrouded in dark, yet teeming with life, the moon and stars bear witness, night after night, to all that the waking world never sees, as day fades, wrapping the world spirit of night is upon us. Enshrouded in dark, yet teeming with life, the moon and stars bear witness, night after night, to all that the waking world never sees. As day fades, wrapping the world in night shade, orange underwoods turn to deep grays, daylight has fled, the spirit of night is upon us.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back, and man, that was really, really nice. That was Nightshade. And,
Thank you.
Yes, and of course, we have Ani with us now, so we got a complete set of people here. So we just welcome you as well, Ani. Thank you for coming and hanging out with us today.
Thank you. I'm pleased to be here with y'all.
Awesome. Well, like I said, I just want to give you all of you accolades again. That, I mean, that nightshade was just outstanding. All of your voices is just wonderful, and it's just amazing to
Thank you.
sit back and listen to you guys. I know when I first got all the music forwarded over to me, and I just took a moment, one evening to go through everything just so I can be familiar, and I was just stunned, guys. I really was. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. So
Thank you.
awesome
Well,
work.
we're lucky to have talented writers and arrangers in both Michael and in Skip. And Robbie too. Robbie writes and arranges, and those three gentlemen are just outstanding musicians.
Absolutely.
Yes, indeed.
'Cause, I mean, I can't imagine writing harmonies is going to be easy anyway. So,
When you come
That's
together
our
and
stuff.
sing them, that's the
Yeah.
challenge. But I want to get the concept of the group. It's 5 members, right?
Yeah.
And we have 3 here. So, Michael, you are a singer, you are an arranger, and you're a composer, right? Then you also play musical instruments as well, right?
Yeah.
And what
Yeah, I
instruments do you play?
Guitar and bass mostly.
Okay. And don't you teach at a college or university?
Yeah. Yeah, I teach at Berkeley.
Okay.
You're still there. Okay.
Yep.
Awesome. And now, Skip, what is your role in the group?
I'm the bass singer, and also featured on saxophone on a couple of the tracks.
Oh,
So
okay.
you're a saxophonist and the vocalist.
Yes, I also play some piano, but not for this group.
Okay.
Okay.
He's the main pianist, though.
He's a
being
great
shy.
pianist.
He's
Yeah.
amazing.
Well, tell us a little bit about your background. Just something, just give us a little background about you. We know a little bit about Michael.
Sure. I actually met Michael my freshman year in Berkeley in arranging class, so I got to study from one of the best first year there. And I was in a vocal jazz group while I was there. I had never really dabbled with this kind of music before, and there was a group on campus called Point of Departure that Mike was the faculty advisor for, and I just out of curiosity joined it. They were looking for male vocalists, specifically basses, and I was like, I'll give this a try, and ended up helping to run the group for a couple years, and then have been in various groups with Mike and Ani since then, and just kind of plugged into the music scene here in Boston.
And now, Ani, what is your role in the group?
I am sometimes the mezzo singer and the alto, depending on when we had 5 or 7 of us. And I'm just a singer. I mean, I play a little piano, but not enough to be professional. So I just sang.
I'm just a singer.
Oh, that's
Like the way
singer.
you sound. I'm a singer.
I'm
Like that.
See, in my neighborhood, when you say I sang, that means you can really sing.
Yo,
Well, I don't know about that. I do all right. But
Well, let me put it this way: we heard no bad singing in any of the tracks. So,
So you can
You're
sing,
awesome.
girl.
and
well,
and,
Michael, oh, go ahead.
you're also you and Michael are a couple, married couple, right?
Yeah.
We are. We've been married 27 years. I met him when I was a child. No,
And he's aged you
I'm
ever
just
since,
29
right?
now. I met him in college, actually. Michael and I sang in a vocal jazz group at University of Colorado at the Denver campus. And he's 5 years older than me, and he was the graduate assistant. And
Robbing the cradle. No, I'm kidding.
I was 20. I met him there, and I just fell in love with his voice. He was just an amazing arranger there as well, and we were able to sing a duet together. And I was just like, I'm in love with this man. And yeah, and we've been together ever since. And he's been writing music, and we went on to do our masters. And he did a doctorate at University of Miami, but I went on to do my master's in business at University of Miami.
Wow, that's awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah. And Ani teaches music business at Berkeley.
Wow.
Wow.
Very nice.
Oh, no, that'll work. I just feel a lot of
Power
that. I feel like a lot of the artists need to know the business.
Exactly.
They
They
really
do.
do know.
We need to know the business and the business.
That's right.
Faux show.
All of the above.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I mean, I feel a real calling to that. When I was coming up and just I did an undergrad in vocal performance. I took just a contracts class, basic introduction to music business, just because I just didn't want to get screwed, and I wanted to read all about the contracts, and then I just kind of fell in love with it, and I was like, I feel really good, being behind the scenes and helping to foster other young artists. And I just fell in love with that. And Michael dragged me back into performing. I was like, I don't know, but I get a little shy sometimes, and he's a real cheerleader for all of us.
Well, a good friend of mine, Morris Johnson, you have to plug him on in. He wrote several books like Gigarama. Then he wrote what's this other one? Gee, was it? It was a truer planner. Give me my damn money.
No, pay me my damn money.
Oh,
That's a great title.
Look, all the musicians going, yeah, that book.
So
Donna said it well too, but I'm not going to say what she said.
he wrote those, to help the artists to learn more about the music business, and plus when you're traveling out there, your contracts and how to write those and put them all together so you get your money. So.
Yeah, it's real important that I just I really enjoy being in at Berkeley specifically for that reason, just because I feel like any knowledge that that we can impart with any performer to help them to take control of their their assets and understand the value of their content that they're creating, I think that's a good thing.
Yes.
Well, yes, it is. Yes, it is. But also, the artists themselves need to know this technology more so than themselves.
True.
And right along with that business.
Very true.
Yeah.
You said something that I would like you to elaborate on, if you don't mind. The value of the content of what they are creating. Mm-hmm. How do you teach that? We're trying to get a freebie here, but
that's good. I mean, one of the things that we talked about is just what the different assets are. You write a song, and that's called your performing arts copyright, and then you record a master recording, and that's your sound recording copyright, and teach them that is their life plus 70 years, right? That's the value of the length of that copyright. So it's not only the money that they're going to make, but their children and their grandchildren are going to make, and that you sign those rights away, and you lose your livelihood. And certainly we've done a lot of education about the early blues musicians and just how they really got screwed. They basically did one-offs, and into their 80s and 90s they had no way to retire, and there was a lot of racism going on and a lot of abuse back in the 30s and the 40s, and it continues still today. So that's
right about that.
Yeah,
You're
that's
right
our
about
job
that.
is to make sure that everybody gets paid and understands the value of what they're creating, so that they can not only monetize it, but so that they can create a livelihood for themselves and take their power back. That's what we're trying to do, is to give the power back to the artist.
Absolutely.
And one of the things I'm curious about is, go ahead, Gris. I'll ask
I was
it.
just saying that it's sad to see some of the artists from like the 50s and 60s die penniless.
Yes.
Some of them were even homeless, and it just breaks my heart that they were taken advantage of.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And that they had to die that way. They didn't have to die like that. They could have still died with some dignity.
Right.
That they were at least comfortable in a comfortable situation. Maybe not filthy rich, but at least that they were able to still, to live. Not
And
just
get all the
survive,
medical care.
Well, I know this one blues artist, Bobby Rush. Well, he's an amazing blues singer.
I remember.
And you remember Bobby?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, we and him got to talk, I guess about 6, 7, 8 months ago with his new
He's
stuff.
still alive? Okay,
Yes,
cool.
he's still performing.
Wow. Okay.
Amazing.
All right.
Yes.
Okay.
Awesome. Okay.
And we was talking about his catalog. He said he got every song that he ever written. He got his catalog of everything.
Wow.
That's great.
Right. You
That's
know,
unusual. Good for him.
right. Because and plus he's a presenter. He got a radio show also that he do. But like I said, they need to learn how to learn this business. Anything that you've written and put down on paper, copyright, you should keep a catalog. Have your own catalog.
That's absolutely right. That's absolutely right. And the thing that artists, I mean, that's the thing that we really are focusing on in the music business department is teaching them how to be entrepreneurs and how to take control of their own business, like Beyonce did, like Rihanna has done with Fenty Beauty, and to really understand how to run that and to be in control of their own products. Not to let these fly-by-night people come in and steal all that money.
Exactly.
Well, then also like oh gosh, I can see him now, but now I forgot his name. My brain's so messed up today. I'm sorry.
Well, next.
Stop.
Oh, be quiet, Papa Smurf. He's because usually I'm the one picking on him. And in fact, let me just say one thing from the chat room that Henry told you. Ray is wearing a shirt. Oh, and then before I forget, one more thing from the chat room. Michael, Skip, and Ani, Keith Gilchrist, aka Lord V, says hello.
Aw, that's really
Hey,
awesome.
Keith.
Hi, back.
And you guys, you can always go back. Gary puts, when he puts in an archive, the video is going in archive, and you can see comments about your music there as well. Gris tries to catch those things, but you know.
I try. Dave Howard is in the chat room. He says he misses Berkeley. Not.
Yeah, I know. I knew that not was coming.
Right. Oh, anyway, now I remember Ray Charles. He did that because he kept his own music. That he fought to keep his music to his own catalog.
Yeah.
And then there was, and I think in the movie that Jamie Foxx played Ray Charles, where he says that he told someone else to do the same thing, that you keep your masters, you keep your music. It's
Keep
yours.
your music. It's yours.
Right.
You know, like
not sign it away. 'Cause I can't remember who he was telling in the character in the movie. And I was like, he's right though, and especially back in that time, it was hard. But he fought for it, and he kept his music.
Yeah.
well, if I'm not mistaken, Michael Jackson bought the Beatles catalog.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
And kept his catalog, and Prince did too.
Yeah.
And I just say, yeah, they got it, but that's the whole thing. Any artist that's out there that's performing, and keep your masters, keep everything. You already got it copywritten.
But Ani, it's amazing because when I majored in music, it was instrumental music education, and those are one of the courses that I wish that was part of the curriculum. Even that, and also recording. I had to learn on my own. I'm still not great at it, but at least I can do some things on my own and I understand it better. But those are the two things that I wish I had studied. So having said that, is the course that you are teaching, is it available if online or some way other, because we have a lot of independent artists that are trying to learn more about the business side of music.
Absolutely. So Berkeley has an online school where they do teach those courses. I'm not teaching it this semester, but I have taught a course in the past on music licensing, on how to place your music in TV and film. And I teach a music supervision course that teaches them about that. The main course that at Berkeley that teaches that is open to all Berkeley students. It's an introduction to music business. It's not it's not a required part of the curriculum right now, but I have a new chair. Shout out to Tanya Butler. She's amazing. She's our chair that started last year during COVID, and now we're back in person. But she's an attorney, and And she is hoping to bring all of that into the main part of the curriculum so that every student, all 7,000 of our students can have at least an introduction to the music business so that they have just that basic understanding of the legal aspects, what their rights are, how to register a copyright. But I've been thinking about that. I've been thinking I maybe need to teach an introduction to music business. I'm all about the hands-on learning. So when I worked in the music industry, I worked down in Miami for Gloria Estefan, and I worked for Chris Blackwell at Island Records and Palm Pictures, Ryko. And one of the things that I realized is that when students came and they were interns, they didn't really know how to do, copyright registration. They didn't know how to register for sound exchange. They didn't even know what those rights were. They didn't know what a PRO was. And so just giving them those basics just so they can get their music registered so that they can get collected when it plays, when it streams on Spotify. They can understand, how do I collect money from this? That's what we're trying to do. So thank you from your words, maybe to my chair's ears. Maybe I can teach that online.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
That would be a great thing because, if you can teach it online, and these cats can come in now and, sign up for the class. Won't you just do it yourself?
Yeah.
Besides worrying about
if there's not a conflict of interest.
We'll have them check out the GLX page, and we'll put up a link there. I maybe see if I can create that through Coursera or edX.
Yeah, something like that,
Thank you.
Ani and I, in our undergrad at University of Colorado, we had to take a year of music business, no matter what your major was.
I like that.
It was great.
Recording, just like you did too. We were required to take recording, and that's helped. I mean, that's changed my whole perception and given me autonomy and facility and agency really around my own music. I don't have to go and rely on a producer. I can at least get some scratch tracks out. I can get some some ideas out. And as a singer and having just a little bit of piano skills, I'm able to do a bit of garage band stuff.
Exactly. And that's exactly what I tell people. I said, I may not be an engineer, but at least I know enough now to give you a scratch, hey, it's AABA right here. Oh, the bridge is going to be here. And I understand that. And also learning, the promotion side of your music is another animal. How do you promote? Because there's so many avenues, so many services online, so many promoters, and as indie artists, we're just swimming in, okay, will this work? Will this work? And are there any courses or teachings in that area that you know of?
Yeah, there's a couple of courses through Berkeley. There's the independent marketing of your music.
Okay.
And that's done, taught by Mike King. He's amazing. He's like a marketing god. So it's berkeleyonline.edu .edu. And there's also a great marketing course through Coursera. I'll look them up and I'll send them to you if you want to post them. And edX, there's 3 great marketing courses there. The one at Berkeley, I think, is about $1,800 a semester. But yeah, so they're expensive, but they're not out of control. But yeah, those are all great ones. And then there's a wonderful woman named Ariel Hyatt, and she does independent social media promotion out of New York. And she has worked a ton with our students and does great independent marketing plans for about $1,500 to $3,000.
Okay, that's good stuff.
She's Ariel's one. It's good to follow. It's good to follow Ariel on Skype or on not Skype, on Twitter or something, because she shares a lot of tips.
What is her name again? Ariel
Hyatt.
ARIAL.
Yeah.
Huh?
Or EL. AR.
Should be EL.
Yeah.
Little Mermaid.
And what's her last name?
Hyatt.
Hi. HY, like a hotel?
Yep.
Okay.
I don't
I'll
think
look
it's
for her.
related, but yeah.
You see, I always feel like that no matter how much I've learned, I can still
There's
learn
still more to learn.
Yes. You know, because one thing about it, I was talking to another indie artist and I said, okay, this is the thing to do right now. Push for streaming on Spotify. This is the thing to do. But in 3 months, that can change.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, everyone's doing TikToks right now. It's like,
I know.
you know, if you can blow up on TikTok, that's the way to go. I mean, it was Instagram TV for a while, but now it's doing TikToks. And GLX, we got to do some crazy TikTok. We haven't done that yet because we haven't been around each other.
That would be great.
Well, you know, if somebody paid me $1,500 to $3,000, boy, look here, I would promote them.
Well, we appreciate you even doing this. This is amazing. Just having us here. It's such a pleasure.
Yeah.
But the thing, promote them where? You got to have something.
Well, you know,
something. You know what I'm saying?
It's still a lot out there that you know is still untapped that people really don't know. Still a lot. It's out there, and you still have terrestrial radio, and it's still out there doing what they do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so.
Yeah, but you might be asking an indie artist to hand up $5,000 that they don't have and won't have.
Well, you think of,
it's hard enough to get a college degree with high student loans. We won't get started on that, but
right. You know, it's like this.
Right, Gary.
Yeah.
That's
Skip about that.
This is one thing I always. This is one thing I always said is this: if you work in a 9 to 5, okay, that's to take care of your house. It's take care of your household. It's just so. Then, if you're out there performing, you take some of that money and apply it to your projects. Am I correct or not?
Yeah.
Joyce, should we? Joyce?
I know.
Should we?
But you know, then you know, I always say, well, we just don't have the money. But you can't take all that money and just put it in your home. Take some of that money and put it in your projects. Yeah. And promote yourself.
The truth.
Yeah.
But I know some that.
Yeah. Well, let's not get on this road.
Okay.
Y'all have heard this before, but what I want to know is about the group here. So how did you guys come up with the name Green Line Extension? And you know, let's get into that. I want to know how that came about, and then how you guys eventually came to your group that you have now.
Yeah, well, so we were all fans of Manhattan Transfer, right? The Green Line is one of the subway lines in Boston, and they were talking for a while about adding like an extension on it to go out further into the suburbs and stuff, and then it kind of looked like the project wasn't going to happen. So, but anyway, so we were kind of workshopping names and somebody, I don't even remember who it was who said that name, but it was Ani. Okay. Yeah. So, and we thought, and because we wanted, something that was kind of Boston centric, because all of us have an affiliation with Berkeley and everything. Yeah. So that's how we came up with the name. And then, just the different spelling, because at Berkeley, we call what they call everywhere else extensions of chords, like 9ths, 11ths, and 13ths. At Berkeley, we call them tensions.
Okay.
So.
Yeah.
That's what they are, though.
Yeah. Yeah. So so that's how we came up with that name. Ironically, now the Green Line Extension project is back in play. They're starting to build it. So
we're competing with the Google search for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Very cool.
But and so if I think Gary, you were also kind of asking how the group got together, and so. Skip was talking about this group Point of Departure that I'm the faculty advisor for. So I was, when when I came to Berkeley, I wasn't really teaching very much. Most of the stuff I was teaching was recording and arranging. And I mean, my degrees were in vocal jazz, but I wasn't really doing it. So then I was talking to one of my colleagues and was just saying, man, I wish I could find a vocal group. And he said, why don't you just start one yourself, get some students in it. Yeah. And I was like, I hadn't even thought about that. So I talked to Skip and Nicole, who is our soprano. Actually, I just sent out kind of a bulk Facebook message to some of the former leaders of the group and said, would you all mind just kind of putting out the word? I'd like to start a group. Yeah. And almost all of them said, oh, we'd be interested in being in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that was kind of how it started, you know, and I already had some arrangements that I had written. In fact, Point of Departure had done a couple of them. So this kind of gave me another avenue to do some more writing for, you know. And that song you recently played, Gary, was an original that I originally had written as an instrumental. And it was actually even called something different. I can't even remember what I used to call it. But so I thought, oh, I should turn this one into a vocal thing. And so I wrote lyrics to it, and
amazing.
And it became Nightshade.
Wow, that's awesome. That is awesome. That's really cool.
It is. And,
go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Michael, when as far as like choosing the music or the songs rather to record and make this to do this album, what made you choose, or why did you want to cover the Wouldn't It Be Nice?
Oh, wouldn't it be good? Yeah, yeah.
Wouldn't it be good? Sorry. See, my brain actually was warped today.
Yeah. Well,
what was the reason behind that? Because I mean, I love the song because we were talking about it before, and I love the song, I love the video. But you know, why do that to make the arrangement for the vocals and, you know, for the group?
Yeah. Well, you know, I mean, I had done a couple of traditional standards, you know, like I Could Write a Book, I did, and I did You Don't Know What Love Is, but I wanted to do some different things and kind of adapt them to more of a vocal jazz thing. And I liked Wouldn't It Be Good because in the middle it's got that horn section thing that's kind of jazzy anyway. So I thought, oh, I just had been thinking about it for a while, and thought it would be a really cool song to arrange that way. Yeah.
And then not to mention you did it a cappella.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa.
Yeah.
To throw that even more into the mix.
Yeah.
Wow. And then same thing with like when you guys did your version of Happy that Gary played earlier, that you did more to the Latin flavor, which you know, speaks to me a lot. So I loved it. I loved how it was done.
That's cool.
And because I'm just like, oh yes, this is good. You know?
Well, and so that one started out, I was doing a duo with Dave Howard. We did it for a couple of years, and I started kind of doing little arrangements of things like that. We were doing you know, sort of a jazzy version of Blackbird by the Beatles and that sort of thing. And I started doing Happy originally as a bossa nova, but then, you know, once I decided to do it for the group, I decided we've got a lot of bossa novas, so I decided I'd do kind of more of this mambo style beat, you know. Yeah, nice. and it worked. I felt like it worked great.
And we have the most amazing lead singer on that. I mean, Robbie is just, his stylings are out of control. He can improvise over anything. I mean, he's a huge blessing to the group.
Awesome.
Well, yeah, and I knew he had sung that song before anyway. So I just asked him, do you just sing that in the original key? He said, yeah, and then I just did the arrangement in that key.
Cool.
Very nice.
Very
Where did
good.
you meet Robbie?
Well, Robbie was also a member of Point of Departure.
He was.
He went to
Oh, okay.
Berkeley first, and then he actually transferred to New England Conservatory and finished his degree there. And
Nice.
he's kind of the hardest working man in show business right now. He's just gigging all over Boston, and he's, so. And that's why he couldn't be here today, because he's gigging.
Yeah, we got to do this again when he and Nicole can join us, because
Oh,
those
yeah.
are amazing.
That's very cool. Okay, well, let's take a music break and go into some more, and let our listeners and viewers check out some of the outstanding stuff that you guys are doing, because it's just amazing.
Yeah.
It really,
Thank you.
really is.
Gee, do you have that one? Do you have that track? Wouldn't it be good?
Yes, I do. We
Awesome.
We'll start with that, and then
Just for you, Chris.
yeah. And then whatever else we play, we'll come back and we'll ask you guys about that as well. So, everyone, get your ears ready. It's very nice. Keep it locked. We'll be right back.
Get ready for those gymnastics.
All right, we'll be right back.
I've got it bad, you don't know how bad I got it. You got it easy, you don't know when you got it good. It's getting harder, just keeping life and soul together. I'm sick of fighting, even though I know I should. The cold is biting through each and every nerve and fiber. My broken spirit is frozen to the core.
To be in your shoes, even if it was for just one day. Wouldn't it be good if we could wish ourselves away? Oh, wouldn't it be good to be on your side? The grass is always greener over there. Wouldn't it be good if we could live without a care?
You must be joking, you don't know a thing about it. You got no problem, I'd stay right there if I were you. I've got it harder, you couldn't dream how hard I got it. Stay out of my shoes if you know what's good for you. The heat is stifling, burning me up from the inside. The sweat is coming through each and every pore. I don't wanna be here no more.
It's like a weapon of self-defense, of self-defense against the present, against the present, present tense. I won't get heavy. Don't get heavy. Keep it light. Keep it moving. I'm moving. No harm. As my world comes crashing down, I'll be dancing, freaking out, deaf, dumb, and blind. In you I'm loved. In you I'm loved. In you I'm loved. In you I'm loved. I won't sit around in the penny drop. I won't stop now. I won't slack off, or all this love will be in vain. I stopped from falling down a line. It's no one's business but mine. For all this love has been in In you I'm lost. In you I'm lost. Oh, in you I'm lost. In you I'm Every time you go, time stands still. Every time you go away.
Every time you leave, it takes all I have to keep from begging you to stay.
Life without your tender touch isn't life at all.
do ba da do ah. Ba do da do ba da ba do da do ah. Da do ba da ba do da do we ah ba do we ah do da. Ba do da do ba da ba do we ah ba do we ah. Ba ba da ba 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 da da ba 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 da da ba da da ba ba. Every time you go, time stands still. Every time you go away, every time you leave, it takes all I have to keep from begging you to stay. Life without your tender touch isn't life at all. How can I go on when you're gone?
Star Trek movies that have come out in the past, 10 years or something like that. It's really been really well done. I've been enjoying it a lot.
Always well done. And even though I'm not a sci-fi person, I did enjoy those. Better
they got
than
one.
superhero movies.
They got one on CBS. It's a streaming service.
Yep.
It's Star Trek.
Yep. There's actually right now Discovery is the one, and then but there's also a Picard series too.
Right.
So good.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. So anyway, we're back, and of course, the music was just off the chain. Everything was nice.
Oh yeah.
Very tight vocals. Really loved it. And of course, we were having some fun off air. We was in our little sci-fi conversation. If y'all are wondering what we were talking about, yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, we were just like geeking out.
Yeah, seriously geeking out. I feel like Bang. What is it? Bang Theory. What's the name of that series?
The Big Bang Theory.
The Big Bang. I felt like them.
But anyway, we just come off of playing. We come off.
Yeah.
Of
Yoda.
what was
Yoda.
it?
Baby Yoda.
Did you see him, Gary?
Oh no. Okay, I see.
He's got Baby
We
Yoda.
watched The Mandalorian. We binge watched it, so of course I had to buy Baby Yoda.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. Well, so tell us a little bit about let's see, because we played Every Time You Go as well. And then we also had Present Tense. Those were nice as well.
Yeah. Well, so Every Time You Go was, of course, it was actually the first song that we recorded, and that was music by Dave Howard and lyrics by me.
Okay.
And it was on Dave's album Infinite Blue. Yeah, so that was actually our debut. Was on his, and so what actually happened was Dave had originally done that as an instrumental song, and I asked him, hey, could I write lyrics to it and sing it? He said, sure. And then once I did, and so I wrote the lyrics, and I kind of did like a demo for him where I just I did like a 4-part thing and sang all the parts.
Okay.
And he liked it, and I said, well, I'm starting this group. Could we do it? And he liked the idea. So I did that arrangement, and we put it on his album. So
Nice.
yeah.
Dave, I see you out there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So is John Kerry.
Hey, John. What's up, brother?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I
we
see
have
Mac
quite a few
Joyce.
people.
What's that?
Oh
Chris?
yes, yeah. We have quite a few people in the chat room. Yes, Keith.
Yeah.
Keith was saying, except for Ray eating again.
Oh,
I mean, just chomping like a horse.
At home.
At least.
Oh goodness.
Look, and he went to Whataburger today.
Yeah.
Well, this morning,
Lee still in
that
the
just didn't do the trick.
No, he's not here anymore. But Robert Lee was also with us as well.
They
And you
want to get a roll call or something with all them folks in there.
I think, yeah. Well, there are people coming in and out all the time, so I don't know if you were able to get them all, Gris.
I think so. I hope so.
Yeah.
I tried, but I'll read what I've got.
Okay.
We have Ron Smooth Silk in the room.
Hey Ron, what's going on?
He came in and then came back, so he's here.
Good to see you.
Barbara Weiss.
Hey Barbara.
Hey, Barbara.
Welcome to
I'm
the
glad she was
show.
able to make it. And of course, one of our major supporters, Colleen Keithley, is in the room.
Yes, Sister
Hey,
Colleen. Hey
Yeah,
Colleen.
that's awesome.
And then one of our ladies from South Africa, oh, not South Africa, from Africa, excuse me, from Tanzania, Jessica. She was in the chat room, but I think she's already gone to bed.
Okay.
Yeah, midnight
Yeah,
there.
it's probably
Yeah,
late.
we also had. I hope I get the last name right. If I don't, I butcher it. I'm sorry. Judith Mbuya, I'm guessing is how you say the last name.
Okay.
Cool.
Oh, I don't know if she's still in the room or if she's also off to bed. It's like, really late at night over there.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have our other favorite,
Uh-oh.
the one that Keith calls a fidget, and I still don't know why. It's like, is she that small, Keith? I don't.
Huh?
But anyway, Gia is in the
Oh,
room.
hello Gia.
Hey, Sister Gia.
Sister Gia. And then we also had, and I'm hoping he's still in the room. I'm not sure. Robert Lee Balderrama.
Hey
Mhm.
Robert. Yes. Yes.
Nice.
And we had a Cecilia John. Don't know if she's still on the line or not.
Was she from Africa too?
I don't know. I guess. Okay.
All these
We
people are
have-
so nice to come visit us.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Thank
And we
you.
also have Marilyn Ford.
Hey
Hi,
Marilyn.
Marilyn.
Hey, Marilyn.
We have Jazzy K. Ward in the house.
Hey Jazzy. What's going
Hey.
on?
Henry Mixon. Mixman, Bassman Henry in the
All right.
house.
Hey, Henry.
All right,
Henry.
Henry, what's up?
And we have Algie Williams.
Hey, Algie.
Yeah.
Algie.
Algie's in the house. Oop, hold on, I got another one here. Okay. I have to write it down because if not, if it goes off and then I'll forget who it was. Let's see. We have Yvonne, one of our songstresses, our favorites, Yvonne J. YJ.
Hey,
Yvonne.
Yvonne.
Hey, Yvonne.
And of course, we know that Dave Howard's in the house.
Dave.
Yeah.
Dave.
And
Howard
also Keith Gilchrist, aka Lord B.
Yeah, Keith.
Keith.
Thank you, Keith, for all you do.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Fabulous show Thursday. I heard it from the very beginning to the end. I didn't get into the chat room until later, but I was
Yeah, I
was
missed
watching.
you guys. I must have left right before y'all came.
Yeah, I think you left as soon as I came in.
Mhm.
Tell us where we can get on the chat room again.
On this one,
Yep.
ours, go to the Gary's page or channel, and then it'll be live, and then it'll have the chat room on the side
Yeah.
on
I can
YouTube.
send you the link.
Oh, yeah, thanks.
And just make sure that you mute so that way we don't get feedback.
Yeah.
All right, and we also had CTK in the house.
Hey, CTK.
T.
Hey.
Trumpeter.
Mhm. An amazing trumpeter,
Mm-hmm.
and also a wicked sense of humor.
I love it.
Oh yeah, he was too funny, too funny. Another songstress from, and I think she's still there. I hope Heidi
Oh, Heidi.
Tan
Heidi Tan.
is in the house.
Okay.
And then one of our very good friends from Germany, Westbound,
Westbound.
Yay. How you doing?
and then one of our other favorite. I'm sorry, what?
I said, Wie bitte? That's the only
Uh.
German I know.
Oh, okay.
What, please?
And I gave him my Texas accent. How you doing?
with a little sprinkle of the of Louisiana in there too.
Oh, that's not Louisiana.
There's a little bit in there. Just a
Nah,
tad.
that's how you doing. Nuh-uh.
Oh,
We also have our good friend John Carey in the house.
John.
Yeah. Hey, John.
John, very cool.
Brother John.
And then we have a newcomer into the house, Ken Johnson.
Hi, Dad.
Hi,
Dad.
Hey.
Kenny J.
Kenny J.
That's my dad. My dad's a vocalist and choir director. So
Awesome.
Who I got
so
it
that's where you
from.
get it from.
All right.
Yeah.
Very
Welcome, Mr. Johnson, to the house.
cool. Yes.
I got the best in-laws. I won the in-laws lottery, y'all. Because like
Awesome.
Ken and Shirley are just the kindest people, great musicians. Always mentored us and lifted up our music, and just wonderful people.
That's awesome.
Well, look,
yeah,
were they
my mom's
raised-
a pianist. My mom's a pianist and organist.
Amazing.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
So you get a double
Yeah.
from both parents.
Yeah.
Wow, how blessed are you?
I know, right?
Mhm.
And Gris, by the way, in Louisiana is how you. Not how are you doing?
How you? I like that.
How you?
Wow.
Different dialects here. But so do you guys have children, and are they in music?
We don't have children. We have currently a fur baby named Jean-Luc after Jean Card. We like the name Luke, and so we named it also after Steve Lukather from Toto.
Toto.
Okay.
Yeah,
And-
yeah.
And Luke Skywalker.
And Luke
There you go.
Skywalker
And Luke Cage.
and Luke Cage.
Very cool.
I love
So we've had
Talking full circle.
he's our little man. He's 4 years old. He's I should send you all a picture. He's too cute, but he's a crazy dog. He's a spaz. But we didn't have children. We've been teachers for a long time, and we do a lot of mentoring of young people, and that's always been the young spirit in our life. And we were both oldest of four. So we both were little moms and dads when we were growing up, taking care of our younger brothers and sisters, and so we just didn't end up having children.
Well,
I'd
you
like to
did
also
have
say,
a lot- Mhm.
oh, sorry.
Go ahead. No, you're fine, Michael.
I'd
go
like
ahead.
to also say that Skip just got engaged.
Congratulations.
All right. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Awesome.
Ooh, so you put a ring on it. Uh-huh.
All right, Beyonce.
I know, right?
And she's awesome too.
But
tell
Skip,
us
I'm
a
gonna
little
tell
bit
you,
about-
them first 2 or 3 years are gonna be rough.
Oh, stop.
It's
Listen,
gonna be rough.
Let's listen to
Boy,
Ani.
I'm telling
Hey,
you,
Ani.
it's the truth.
No, it's
Well, I'm
not.
telling you, y'all gonna squabble, but I tell you one thing that you don't do: don't go to bed angry.
Gary, can we go back to music?
Oh, and Dave said that he's your kid.
Very cool.
No, actually, you guys had a lot of children. When you think about, you're both teachers.
Yeah.
For students.
You know,
True.
your students, you mentor a lot of people.
We usually have our students over for Thanksgiving too, but because of COVID, we haven't for the last 2 years. But we
Right.
usually have about 20 students over every. Anybody who's not going home usually comes over and has Thanksgiving, and we've had some great international Thanksgiving with people bringing food from their home country, and just always that's so much fun for us.
Yeah.
See? Yeah,
Trying new
I love it.
things and see how they celebrate their holidays.
Yep.
Awesome. Awesome.
Oh,
So where from, like, what are from students that were from not from the U.S., where were they from that you've had over that you remember?
Let's see. From Singapore, from Malaysia, from let's see, Kenya.
Yeah, we got about
Oh,
35 minutes.
Ray.
Right,
Oh.
mute.
Mozambique.
There, muted.
Yep, all kinds of places. I can't even think of right now. Of course, Australia, Canada, of course, Mexico, Venezuela,
Wow.
Brazil.
Hmm.
Those are the first. All the really goofy, outspoken kids. Those are coming to my mind first. Kids that are just like, they come over and yeah, I remember one young woman who's from South America came over and she'd never had salmon, and Mike is amazing with roasted salmon, and she was just like, this is the best fish I've ever had. How do you do this? And she kept calling it salmon, and we're like, it's actually pronounced salmon, you don't really say the L. And she's like, this is the best salmon ever. But I was just so thrilled that, Michael cooked it, and she just thought that was awesome. And she just didn't have it, they just never had it at home. So yeah, it was cool.
As far as like, you said they were from South America?
Yeah, she was from South America.
Yeah, because as far as like the cuisine of Latin countries, salmon's not like on the highest on the list. So they'd have to travel or go somewhere that are used to having salmon to be able to do that. Because in my household, salmon wasn't a part of. We had maybe like shrimp, that and the other one was cod.
Cod, oh yeah.
And I love cod anyway. And then there's also the other one that you have to rinse out. It gets salty. Tilapia
Yeah.
is the other one.
And what's
But
back?
those are-
But when I was in Africa, I ate some
He's back.
Yeah.
I ate some tilapia over in Africa, and it was totally different than the taste here.
Really?
Yeah.
Really, it was totally different taste.
Because
it's
spices
not
are different.
Because it came out of the ocean, I believe.
It's not just South America though, because I grew up in South Louisiana. It was catfish.
Oh
Yeah, same thing here in Texas, catfish.
I didn't have salmon until I was out of, went off to, even after college is when I had salmon first. Because I looked at it and I go, oh, it looks so orangey and weird. and I think the first
You
time
have
I
to get
had
used
it,
to it. You have to get
well, I
used to it.
didn't like it because it was bland, and I came from South Louisiana, good Creole cooking,
Spices.
seasoning and spices, and I tasted salmon. I'm like, okay, it was at a restaurant. But when somebody smokes it and they know how to put the seasoning in, it's really, really good. So I didn't like it at first.
Try some camel.
Camel?
Yeah.
I didn't know you eat camel.
I didn't.
One hump or two.
Well, I ate some.
Was it good? What did it taste like?
It didn't taste like chicken.
Oh,
It's like chicken. No, it was kind of hard to describe the taste because it didn't taste like beef. It didn't taste like chicken. It tastes like fish or pork. It had a different taste to it.
Where did you eat
Okay.
that at?
Remember when he was in Tanzania?
Oh.
In Zanzibar, Tanzania.
how cool. You've traveled there? That's amazing.
Yeah. I'm getting ready to go back in January.
Oh, wow. Bucket list for me. That would be super cool.
It would be. Anywhere in Africa would be super cool for me. I just want to go.
Thanks,
Wow.
Henry.
Uh-oh.
He says good one, Grizz. Because I told him one hump or two.
Oh.
Did y'all see what YJ posted? Salmon jumps out of the water in
Scotland.
I also want to tell Skip that Dave Howard and Keith Gilchrist both said congratulations.
Yes.
Oh, thank you guys. Thank you a lot.
And don't listen to Mac, okay?
Yeah. He's in a world of his own. Trust me.
There's nothing wrong with marriage. There's something wrong with people, but marriage is good.
Look, marriage is okay. Marriage it's okay. Hell, I've been 49 years, so it was nice. We squabble, But yet and
No,
still,
Joyce, it's more like this, hon. It's more this size. It's more this size.
we did not go to bed angry. That's the whole key. You can squabble all you want, but don't go to bed angry.
That's the truth. That's really true.
That's right.
From the Book of Ray, chapter 3, verse 20.
That's the life. That's how you gonna keep them. Don't
The other
squabble.
thing too, Ray.
You gonna squabble.
Yeah.
That's how you gonna keep them. Oh.
You gotta keep them somewhere. Keep them laughing or something. But don't go to bed angry. I'm telling you that, Skip. Don't do that.
I'll take that advice. Thank you.
Like you really needed it, right?
She bowed her head. She said, "You sure right? You right? You right."
You're better off watching Michael and Annie instead. Honey, excuse me, Annie.
I thought you were about to say better off watching Oprah, but anyway.
I ain't never got no advice from Oprah.
All right, Gary.
You always come back to me after these weird
Yeah.
talks, okay?
You don't want to get us back to music.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, let's talk about what you guys have in store for 22.
Yeah.
Yeah. So before the pandemic, we had started working on our next album, and we brought in our regular rhythm section and did a bunch of rhythm section tracks. So these were going to mostly be accompanied things rather than a cappella. But then, of course, it was just right after that the pandemic hit, and everyone kind of scattered. So we haven't really been able to finish it yet. So hopefully we're going to start working on that. Now, actually, Ani and Skip and I are doing a little Christmas caroling gig next week as Green Line Extension.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Here in the Boston area, but
Nice.
Let it snow,
Yeah.
let it snow, let it snow.
yeah.
Right. Oh, that's the one. Are you guys going to record it? Video recording?
Oh, we might. I think we did last time, right? When we posted it. Yeah, so we'll probably do a little bit of it. Yeah.
Good.
Very
I want to
cool.
see it.
I want to see this. I
Me
can't
too.
wait.
And also, I wanted to know, like on some of the ones that we played today, and I can't remember because I'll probably would get them mixed up because I'm not really familiar with them enough to distinguish, each track when I go back if I don't look at the actual title. But there was a couple that we heard today that had that samba or bossa type feel to it that y'all did in acapella, but the rhythm, you can hear the rhythm. Somebody's doing that acapella as well. The percussionist part of it.
Yeah, that's me.
Is that you? God,
Yeah.
man, I was gonna say, boy, you good. You are good.
But it's not something I can do while we're performing. So we, a lot of times what we do is, or lately what we've done is we just have our drummer play with us.
Right.
Okay.
Because it's kind of hard for me to do that and sing my part.
Oh, of course.
Right.
But
So
I just wanted to give props to whoever it was that was doing that. So you.
Yeah, like who being the
Thanks.
percussion?
Yeah.
Actually, vocally percussion.
Well, you go, Michael.
yeah, thanks. Yeah, I mean, so I've produced all the recordings. So yeah, all that stuff is, including the hand claps and finger snaps. That was just me overdubbing myself like 8 times.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very cool. Man,
Wow.
it sounds great.
It's not annoying at all from the next room to just hear.
Yeah.
No, I love you.
Nah.
I love you too, baby.
Aww. That's a tweet. Did I just age myself again? Those were the best.
Mike, you and Ani just got a house as well, so I'm sure that you can be at least another room away from the snaps and claps now.
Yeah.
In the recording.
Yeah, we just moved into a house built in 1916.
Wow.
Yeah, it's over 100 years old, and it's they call it a 4-square Edwardian house, and so yeah, I'm literally in the next room over, and there's pretty good soundproofing because I can't hear it. I can't hear him at all. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
So you have a real house.
We have a grown-up house finally.
Yeah, something that's solid. Because you
Yeah.
know, my parents used to say, "Oh, they don't make cars like they used to. They don't make houses like they used to. They throw them up too fast and they're cheap and all that." So I would imagine.
Costs you a lot of money.
Well, you're all invited. You come up here. You're welcome to stay. We got some extra guest rooms. You just come on up.
It's too cold up there.
Like you said, this is in
Summer,
Fuston,
Ray.
right?
Come when it's like July.
Yeah.
It'll feel like Texas in July. I promise. It's nice and sticky and.
You don't want to be here.
Yeah.
Is this
I've been in
right?
Texas in August,
Wow.
so I know.
Oh, that's the worst time to be in Texas.
But you know, here for the last 2-3 weeks or better, I guess it's been in the 70, 72 degrees here. Been really nice.
It has.
Nice.
It
But
has.
that could change overnight into a Texas
That's
freeze.
true.
So,
Same
you got
thing
an extra
in
room we
Oklahoma.
can come stay in?
The what now?
I said, so it's 72 there. You got an extra room we can come stay in.
I know, right?
I got
Yes.
I got plenty of room up in this camp.
All right.
There's nobody here but me and
And his
that
dog.
mutt. That mutt. I got a little schnauzer. I call him a mutt.
Oh, I want to see that schnauzer. Put
See,
that.
that's what our dog is too. He's part Schnauzer.
Come here, Dex. Come here.
Look at
Come
you.
here, Dex. Come here. Huh?
He's tired.
He's
He got old folk syndrome.
Oh, Max, you saw your ugly mug.
What do you do? Run away?
Oh, such a cutie.
He ran away.
That's what I was asking. I didn't know.
No, Papa Smurf, no.
There you go.
Oh
Oh,
my gosh.
Oh, look,
He's
he-
cute. Poor Jean-Luc.
daddy. Like your daddy.
Got the same whiskers like his daddy.
Yeah.
He's so cute.
yeah.
Oh, what a sweet baby.
Yeah, he looks a lot like our dog. Our dog's just gray. The coloring's different, but yeah.
Oh,
No, he's kind of gray and kind of little gray and white. Salt and
Yeah.
pepper, I guess.
oh, he's cute. What's his name?
His name is Dex.
Hey, Dad.
Get out.
Oh, Dax, you're so cool, baby.
Yeah, that. Oh, Max, I didn't know you had it in you like that.
Oh, look, look at. No, he's 9 years old. But he don't act it.
But
Like, it's-
you got a dog that looks like you. It's amazing. Got a beard like you.
Look. I go to the restroom. He's gonna run towards the door. He got to go. I said, damn, Dex, we got old folks syndrome in this camp nowhere.
Chris said TMI. TMI.
Betty Bond.
Yes.
What's wrong, Chris?
OJ says he probably is not allowed near Ray's desk for his snacks.
Yeah.
Even if I'm
That's
eating,
why Dex didn't want to come near you.
yeah. But now he,
No, he's cute.
He is a
Well,
cutie pie.
when my wife passed 2 years ago, he was back and forth in the bedroom looking, going around the house looking, and I saw him one day just shook his head.
Oh.
Said, "Don't look like she coming back here."
Oh.
So sorry. That's so tough.
Yeah.
It's been 2 years. Wow.
I can't believe it. It's like it's already gone by 2 years.
I know it don't seem like it, do it? Yeah.
Mm-mm.
It doesn't. It doesn't. You know, shoot. I can sit around there. Now I got a get the spray, spray deodorant that come to the door. Now I knew it was sitting up there on top of the remote deal. I mean, for the TV, the little box. Then I looked again last night. It was sitting down off the box. I know I had moved it.
Your remote?
So yeah, well, it's a deal that's speed out deodorize and stuff like that. Just skeet it, and it spits it out.
Oh, you
And
said
so-
deodorizer. Are you talking about a spray? Like, I was trying to figure that out.
Deodorizer.
Okay.
It's automatic where it spray itself. Got the battery just spray itself every 5-10 seconds or something like
Okay,
that.
I'm with you
I know
now.
what
I'm with you now.
you're
I didn't- Go ahead.
But anyhow, it's sitting on top of the box for the TV. The remote box for the TV. So
Yeah.
last night, when I got ready to go to bed, I saw it sitting off of there. I know I ain't touched it.
Huh.
It's a ghost.
I kind of figured Stella coming around here, touching stuff, moving stuff around,
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
which is fine with me. I ain't scared.
You should be used to that, man.
Well, I'm used. Whatever goes on up here, I'm used to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Henry.
Grizz is having fun over there. What?
Did you see it, Joyce?
I saw it.
What are you?
What?
Henry goes, Ray is having magnesia.
Oh goodness!
Not amnesia, but magnesia. But
How funny! Wow.
all you have to do is there's some good music. Present tense. Every time you go, every time you go, just turn on their music, and you won't have any problems. Good music.
Thank you.
There you go. But speaking of good music, what places would people contact you or book you for? What type of events?
Oh, I mean, we'll do anything for money.
Hey, you know what? Real quick,
Yeah.
because I'd never had the chance to ask this person. Whenever I'm over on his show, I hear this thing for the break. I guess let me just put it this way, okay? Have y'all done anything for Keith before? Gilchrist?
Like when he
Oh,
goes off, when he goes to commercial.
Grizz,
Yeah, he's
Grizz know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Is that you guys
Yeah.
or is that somebody else?
Oh, I see. No, we haven't done that.
Oh,
No.
okay.
Sorry.
Those we do the little voiceovers and things like the intro and outros from the songs. Yeah, we're available for hire.
Okay. Okay.
Y'all need anything, you just let us know.
Right. Yeah.
Because I'm thinking someone may be listening and have a project that would like that kind of harmony.
Mm-hmm.
And Michael, you guys have it all. And since that's how we're recording now, you do something here and you send it. It would be great. So
Yeah.
and the way music sounds, it would be great for movies as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking.
The thing that's when you were talking about the recording earlier, the things that is great about our entire crew is everybody has recording equipment at home, and so even during COVID, we've been able to record parts. Michael will just send out tracks, like scratch tracks, and then Skip will record his part, and Nicole and Robbie, and just put that back, and then Michael will remix things for us. We've been able to do things that way.
Yeah.
Again, because everybody has those tools. Everyone went to Berkeley and they all had to take that introductory recording class. I think it was called MTech, and so they all learned Pro Tools, and so Skip is great at that.
That's so cool. Yeah.
How do you guys feel about auto tuning? Let them answer, Mac.
Whoa.
Stop. I said, see, I knew it.
Don't get me started.
I know. I said, let them answer back. How do you guys feel about all the, not only in the recording studio, but live? Because I discovered about 3 or 4 years ago that you can even have it on a live mic on the stage. I didn't know that. So how do you feel about it?
We
Well,
don't.
I don't think I would ever want to do it live.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I do a little bit of pitch correction on our recordings. Yeah. I just try not to do too much. You know, I don't want to do like a T-Pain thing or something. You know?
Right. Does that sound familiar, Gary?
You know, everybody in our group has amazing ears. I mean, they all work really, really hard and kind of come from the old school where you had to sing in pitch and you have to be able to, you know, hear yourself and understand how that difference, you know, how that differs in the recording studio.
Yeah.
I remember Michael, when he first taught me how to work in the recording studio, you know, keeping just one earphone on, you know, helps you, and one earphone off helps you to hear yourself naturally so that you can, you know, sing in pitch. And that takes skill. I think that's one thing that all of the point of departure students, you know, that Skip and Nicole and Robbie were all in that group, they all learned how to sing, you know, in that really tight kind of old school, right on pitch. And you keep working it and you keep practicing. And that's one thing Nicole's really all about, that is just making sure we rehearse and rehearse and rehearse until that tightness occurs and until we're really locked in. And so, I mean, Michael does do some pitch correction, but that's something that we all have worked really hard to sing, you know, and do it as if you were doing it live.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I think these days you have to use some, if you're not using pitch correction, that, you know, back in the day, they had an excuse, but these days there's no excuse not to have to release something. That is
you're expected to. You're expected to.
Exactly.
Especially with a cappella stuff.
Yeah. And when you're live, people are more understanding. This is the way I see it. You know, news reporters, and they stumble on words of, you know, all the time, and perfection is just impossible. You know, it's not using that as an excuse not to try to perfect, but in the studio you can get it right. And it's just, why should you start all over for one wrong pitch? Come on, just fix it and move on. So, okay, I just thought I'd throw that in.
And Skip, what about you? What are your feelings about it?
I think that you know, I echo what Mike and Ani said. I think that like my biggest observation of singing in a group like this is, you know, we're a lot of different voices, but we're kind of trying to sound like one singular texture, maybe. So kind of, you know, training our ears to really, really listen to every, you know, intricacy of the harmonies, and just kind of feel that. So you're not worried about, you know, being sharp or flat. You're more worried about, you know, matching volume and intensity and energy that the rest of the group has. And the rest of that just kind of, you know, flows out.
Right. Yeah, because those harmonies are so complex as well. So it's, and I'm like, how do they even stay in tune, especially when you're doing a cappella? So it just amazes me.
We sing in a circle a lot of times. We practice in a semicircle, just so that you can hear the cross parts, and we mix up too, so that you know, you're singing next to different people, because your intensity, the way you sing, you know, I love standing next to Robbie because our voices, him as the tenor and me as the alto, you know, our voices really mesh. You get that really warm, you know, sound. And so it's easier for me to sing with an inner part than maybe singing with Michael as the bass.
Yeah.
Right.
I love standing next to Robbie because his voice is as smooth as butter, and it is just so nice to listen to.
He's like
butter. You layer Nicole on top of there, and she's just got this pure vocal jazz, like old Judy Garland, you know, just that clear tone. And she is a perfectionist. Her tone is just gorgeous. And, you know, she can turn the way she turns a phrase. I mean, she's just a beautiful singer. I could listen to her all day.
Wow.
And Robbie has perfect pitch, So what
He
that
kicks up
often
us.
what that often means is if we're doing a gig, we don't need to bring a pitch pipe or anything. We just ask Robbie for the first pitch.
Well, and that also keeps us really tight too, because if we start to drift, he can and will drift down with us or drift up. We typically, most people drift down, but he really helps us to keep that riding high.
And I try that sometimes. I will just sing, and then I'll check to see where I am. I'm always a half step lower than what I start. So when you guys said that, you actually made me feel better, because I was like, how do you stay up? And that's just not easy. So, that's why when some lady wanted me to play sax with somebody singing Lift Every Voice, I said, no, that's not a good idea. And she said, well, why not? You just play along. I said, I said, it's not a good idea unless you have a track behind us that's going to keep him. Because a vocalist will shift quicker than a horn player because we press keys.
Yeah.
It's easier. And with us together, and I'm going to have to, that means that I'm have to constantly just, think inside and always hear and make sure, I can keep the vocalist going, but I wasn't playing constantly, if you know what I mean. I was supposed to compliment here and there. I said, that's not a good idea, because I don't know the vocalist and there was no rehearsal, and I had to tell her why that's not a good idea.
Okay.
So, all right. Oh gosh, is it almost 4 o'clock?
It's getting there.
Oh,
yeah, we got 10 more minutes. So, yeah. So I guess with that said, I want you guys to tell everybody how they can definitely, everyone can keep up with the projects that you got going on, and if you have a website and everything you like to plug out there, please do that right now for us, please.
Yeah, so our website is glxmusic.com.
And we're on all of the we're on Spotify as Greenline X -tension.
Okay.
And Apple Music and on YouTube and all that. So
Spotify.
Yep.
Okay, good, great.
Awesome.
Yep, and we've got a Facebook page too.
Yes.
Yes,
And this next year, you got to look for more arrangements by Skip and by Robbie as well, because they're going to do some more stuff.
Okay.
Awesome.
Okay, we'll be definitely
Can't
looking.
I just
forward
put
to
Skip
that.
on the spot. I'm like, you're going to do it.
Okay, we've heard about Robbie. That's number 4. Aren't there 5? There are 5 members now, right?
And Nicole.
Yeah.
And
And
Nicole.
Nicole. Yeah, we did hear
Nicole is
Nicole.
our lead
did.
soprano. Yeah.
Gotcha.
She's the redhead.
Okay, now I do remember hearing a name, because I remember thinking that you find more people singing tenor and alto, respectfully, but less bass and less soprano. So why is that? Is it because people don't talk that high and don't work on that? Maybe they're lazy. Like somebody told me, you're a lazy soprano. Why do you think they're, so when I hear soprano and bass, I'm like, oh, that's special, because that's usually the hardest ones to sing.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because it's kind of the more extremes of vocal range, So like, for instance, Skip can sing a low C. I don't know very many people who can do that, Yeah, so it's definitely harder to find basses who have that kind of low range. And it's also, and with Nicole, like, she can sing a high G or a high A and not sound like an opera singer. And that's a very important thing in jazz. You want someone who could sing those high notes and sing straight tone with no vibrato if she needs to, and sing it at any dynamic level. Yeah,
Just
so
a lot of control.
Yeah.
That's a lot of breath control. That's a lot of, vocal, I call it vocal aerobics, because, the other thing we're talking about too is when you fade in your pitch, sometimes people get tired, when that Radiohead track that we do, present tense, you're singing continually, and by the time you get to the end, you're physically exhausted. And to have somebody be able to sing those lows and those highs, keep it in pitch, I mean, that you're an athlete. I mean, Skip Polar athletes in keeping us on track on the highs and the lows.
Yep. That's amazing.
It is.
See, because I remember trying to sing with Aretha Franklin one time, and I didn't realize, since she could sing high notes so full, I didn't realize it was that high.
Right.
Same with, who was it, Mariah Carey? Same thing.
Oh,
She
yeah.
sang a whole song, solid, which I forget the name of it. I Can Feel Your Emotions.
Yeah, you got me feeling emotion.
Yeah, something-
Yeah.
Does a
Except
It's
way up
all
high.
up here. And I thought, and when I realized it, I said, I bet most people don't understand how hard that is.
High
And-
G.
well, yeah.
Huh?
I
Say it
said
again?
that she sings consistently like high G's, high F's, and it sounds like it's in her mid range because it's so
Exactly.
easy for her. Yeah.
Exactly. And that's why when people say, oh, you sing, I said, no. I've heard some singers that can do some amazing things. And I think it's awesome. But I do what I do.
Yeah, but to have that control to be able to hit those high notes without going into like an operatic voice,
Yeah.
that is a talent in its own right there.
Yep.
Mhm.
Then, and if you are trained in opera, to be able to turn that off and just sing, straight vocals without
Yeah.
the vibrato.
Yep.
And for soprano, that's difficult to do.
Yeah, because I've heard some that can sing at that range, a higher range full, but when they go to opera, it's just like, It's
Yeah,
not
and
it.
some of them get so much vibrato that they go flat,
Mhm.
and I'm like, I'm doing the ouch.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I don't like to hear a lot of opera, because a lot of those sopranos are just, that they have so much vibrato they can't control it, and they go flat, and it hurts my ears. And
But
so
I think it's
to actually hear a good soprano that can actually control that, and then I can deal with it, like those arias. That's why I'd rather hear tenor arias as far as opera is concerned.
Yeah.
I think my favorite opera to hear soprano on was Magic Flute by Mozart.
Hmm.
That is just crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It was, when I heard one do it very well, I don't remember who she was, but I just fell in love with that. I said, wow, it really is great when you get somebody who is that strong of a soprano. So, and then I've heard people say, oh, I don't like it. I don't like Magic Flute. I said, oh, I just fell in love with it. I thought, because, like Gris said, it's vocal gymnastics or vocal aerobics. And, I think I'm impressed because I can't do it.
Exactly. Even when I could sing, because of my allergies and asthma, I can't anymore, unfortunately. And even just to sing along when I'm hearing my favorite songs and stuff. But I couldn't. I would be able to sing along to some certain songs with Sarah Brightman. But that's like, even if I had a freaking ladder, I couldn't reach that note. I'm not that much of a soprano.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
So in vocal jazz, at least my philosophy is that your lead soprano is like a lead trumpet in a big band, And
Absolutely.
so I even kind of want them to have that sort of sound, a little brighter, not a ton of vibrato, and that sort of thing. And so it's more rare to find singers who can really do that.
Yep,
Yeah.
it is.
Awesome. Well, it looks like it is that time for us to wrap things up. But I'd just like to say it sure was a pleasure to have all of you on today. Really enjoyed the conversation and all of your great composition music. It's just outstanding.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you. It was a pleasure.
Absolutely. And we definitely will be looking forward to some of your other stuff that's going to be working on, and also we just want you guys to not be strangers. Please come back. Whenever you have anything else that's going on, let us know. We'd love to have you back.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'd
just
love
one
to come
track
back.
that you could release or something. if it's new.
Yeah.
Just know that way maybe you can have the rest of the group with you.
Absolutely. Okay.
That'd be great.
And maybe even sing something live, bro. Just even a little snippet of something.
Oh, that'd be
Nice.
fun. That'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yep.
I almost asked Skip to do some bass live. Skip, I said I don't want to put him on the spot, but I came this close. Well, we still have some time. I'm just
He's
saying.
smooth.
I love bass. Ooh,
Yeah.
you know, love it, love it. Okay,
Okay. Well,
back.
thank
Second.
you.
Okay, you done, Mac?
Is he froze? Oh, he's on
He's
on mute.
muted.
He's
Mac,
talking.
you're
muted, yeah.
You're muted.
Okay.
You're muted.
Well, I just want to say, everybody have a great weekend, and be safe out there, whatever you're doing, and please join us here next week. Grizz will definitely fill us in on what's to happen for next week. And again, Green Line Extension, all of you, thanks for being on the show today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Welcome. Ray,
Well, yeah. Yes, sir.
go ahead.
Oh.
We're trying to get off the air. Come on.
Yeah, well, it's been our pleasure having you on the show today, and enjoyed the music, the whole nine. And Ani, number one. So,
Thank you.
look here. You welcome, ma'am. Only thing I can say, y'all be safe out there and see you later. Bye.
I really enjoyed the music, the education, and learning more about you guys. And look forward to your new releases next year and having you back on the show. And guys in the chat room, don't forget to click thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And don't forget to look for GLX on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, and add them to your playlist. Those streams, we need a lot of streams to support indie artists out there.
That's right.
And the more streams we have, the more leverage they have to say, hey, book us. We have a following. So please go out there and support them and add them. And I'm talking to myself too. I need to go find your music and add it to my playlist. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Just basically, echoing what my other cohorts here said. But thank you guys for spending the time with us. And I just had a blast being able to chat with you guys. Thank you.
Fun.
Everyone in the chat room, thank you for being here, and everyone anonymously watching, thank you for tuning in. Please invite other people to join us, please, so that way we can grow this brand and hopefully monetize so we can actually make some money. Please. Anyway, next week we have ours as our guest. I can't believe it because we haven't had her in a while, so it's nice to be able to welcome her back. Yvonne J will be our guest next week. Yes!
Yay.
Ooh, it's been a minute.
I sure have.
Monstrous ladies. We love YJ.
Yes.
We love her. Anyway, she's my Scorpio buddy as well because we're both November 10 birthdays.
Wow.
Yep. So YJ will be our guest next week, so please join us.
Yeah.
Be careful out there. Have a great weekend. Be safe, and we'll see you then.
All right,
Ciao.
everybody. We'll see you next week.
Yeah,
Take
great.
care.
Thank you so much.
Ciao.
Peace.
So it's cold up there. Y'all burning a lot of oil in that house, isn't it?
Bye.